I feel like no matter what games I missed this year, I can at least leave 2025 pretty happy as I doubled the amount of games I played compared to last year. Console games were thankfully where my gaming time went this year, often still portably, but thanks to a working remote play situation, it made what I could play even better, with my Switch of course getting plenty of love, but as someone who mostly plays PlayStation, the joy of not being behind on my games in my favorite series was invaluable, and while it's impossible to keep up with everything these days, I can say I played a good amount of things to be able to curate and come back to you to tell you the best things I played this year. Everyone's list will be different, so I hope you enjoy hearing mine in this video about the best things I played in 2025. It might not make most people's Game of the Year lists, and that's the nature of choosing between this year's releases, so me being me, in mid-October when I was out of things to play, I decided to remind myself that I do in fact enjoy Pokémon and picked up Pokémon Legends EA in place of waiting for more respectable things, a decision I don't regret as I really do love this Legends series. These Pokémon Legend games feel like Pokémon made for fans of JRPG stories, and plenty of lore in its quests make it fit the bill perfectly. I played ZA discovering the world of Mega Pokémon in a city that makes you want to support it through its light quests about living the true childhood dream of living with Pokémon and a modern version of the Pokémon loop we all know and love. It's a story about Pokémon as well as people that make it appeal well to the 90s Pokémon fan like myself who has grown up a bit, so together with its thrilling Mega Pokémon battles helped make it some of the most JRPG fun I had this year, and with its silly characters helped me enjoy every moment in its fun world. There's no way to know when the next Pokémon Legend games will come, but I am super glad to have experienced ZA's journey with more memorable features and encourage those who are curious about it to give it a chance, as all its Pokemon centers and big battles gave me all the childlike joy it could in its fun 30-hour journey. I knew when I played Rune Factory Guardians of Azuma, it was a frontrunner for Game of the Year, but also those 4 months feels like ages ago, so I had to refresh myself a little on my journey for this video. Scrubbing through my Guardians of Azuma journey, I can remember exactly why I liked it and why it was so great, especially as a fan of Rune Factory as a series. It brought what's been possible for a Rune Factory story to greater heights with its more cinematic visuals, and things like its weapon wheel made exploring a treat, with 1 minute dashing through fields thanks to the wind, and the next parasailing down cliffs to catch woolies and save its world and its runes, giving the kind of exploration that's hard to believe exists in a Rune Factory game. It feels great next to Rune Factory's usual good points, this time pairing the talents of kind villages to socialize with and romance with gods, continuing this new epic scale, with everything really taking every part of Rune Factory to the next level, and we can only hope the next game in the series continues to be just as polished, especially as I cross my fingers that I'll play it on a Switch too. It's a fond memory from my gaming time of this year when I was so into and happy for every day I played it, and let its crop growing and world building and its social moments help grow a story that make you want to care about it. And whether it's with the world, smart dungeon design, or its exploration mechanics, I can't wait to see what the Rune Factory series will bring next. Atelier Yumia was one of my most anticipated JRPGs of 2025 for good reason. Atelier is my favorite series, so of course I was keen, but this one promised to take the open fields of Ryza 3 to even further heights, and that it did, with Yumia's heels soaring up cliffs and making an ever-explorable Atelier that's a far cry from the zone-type gathering areas of previous ones in this modern-feeling Atelier. The story was also just as touching as it should be, learning from the cinematics of Atelier Resleriana Polar Night to make for a story of memories that was as delicate and lore-filled as it should be. Each region in Yumia unravels its own part of the greater story, and thanks to how explorable it is, each area feels like a game in itself, with everything feeling grand in scale, completely heart-wrenching and heartwarming moments to take you to its bittersweet end, with plenty of exploration in between. It's probably the most well-rounded Atelier story we got this year, thanks to Yumia being the kind and sincere protagonist at the helm, and while we don't actually have any solid Atelier announcements for the next year yet, although Jinzo Hisoi promised they're coming recently, whether it's with Yumia or another Atelier protagonist to fall in love with, it's given me a lot of confidence in Atelier's recent storytelling, with that confidence only furthered since, so I'm excited and curious to see what Gust is hiding under their Atelier belt for next year and beyond. But for this year, Yumia is an Atelier worth being on any Game of the Year list, and I hope it's one that gets those who love big open world games like Xenoblade to give it a try, as it really is a great way to get into the modern Atelier series. If you're already 10 toes down in the Atelier universe like me, you may have found another Atelier game to have been your favorite from this year, and while Atelier Yumia hit the great modern heights that Atelier is now capable of, the comfy world of Atelier Resleriana, the Red Alchemist, and the White Guardian was the happiest I felt playing anything in 2025 thanks to its nods to the Atelier series as a whole, all while building its own dual protagonist Atelier story that make it a must-play for anyone who loves the greater series and misses that vibe. The original Resleriana service game is something somewhat frowned upon in the Atelier world, but there was always great potential for its systems, with a color-matching alchemy and pretty fields finally able to meet their potential in red and white as they function properly in a console game. These, along with the shop system, make its gathering and synthesis loop fun to play, perfectly paired with a story that captures the spirit of Atelier, taking out some of the seriousness of recent Ateliers and replacing it with more standard Atelier cute fairies and sentimental moments about loving Rias and Slade's hometown as you make it prettier and better with your party of Atelier all-stars, including series favorites like Sophie and Tottori. It's an almost perfectly executed modern Atelier, bringing back its best turn-based system from Sophie 2 and building upon it, all while respectfully bringing back a ton of characters from the Legacy series, showing that Resleriana was a good idea in the way it planned to honor the series as a whole, and Red and White is where we could finally see it come to life on consoles in its prettiest, smoothest, and best polished form. It's my game of the year for 2025, which does feel a little rude to Yumia, but Red and White felt like pure joy to play in everything from its battles to its cute Rias and Slade moments that make it my true standout of the gaming year. And with that, I'll be somewhat patiently waiting for the next Atelier announcement, as I hope it colors my 2026 too, as we wait to see more of the great things we're gonna be playing next year. Thank you for watching this video. Let me know in the comments below what your top games for 2025 were and why you like them. You can like and share this video if you enjoyed it, subscribe to my channel for more JRPG content like this, and ring that bell to get notifications on whenever I post so you don't miss a thing. You can check out more videos here, and you can find me on social media on X, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, all at JRPG Jungle. Links to those will be in the description below. Thank you so much for this year, and until the next one, thank you. Bye!